Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. This is our last video in our R series. If you followed along, we have started all the way. I've shared my teaching tips and tricks from starting at the very beginning, what you need to do in your first session, all the way through today, which is Vocalic R. So if you're not familiar, Vocalic R, there are 5 different vocalic R's. Vocalic just meaning it's a vowel influenced R. So they are R as in car, as in like purr, or as in core, ear as in clear, and ire as in fire. So the reason why this is important when you're teaching R is because your mouth changes with each different kind of vocalic R. So that means your lips are going to change and your tongue is going to change. So this can actually be really tricky for our students who are learning how to make an R and use it all the time. So let's start with, how do you know which vocalic R you should start out with? So to reference some of my other videos in this series, you probably either started teaching a vocalic R, which is more of a retroflex R, or a vocalic which is more of a bunched R. So depending on which one your student kind of gravitated more is going to determine your next step. So the first thing you're actually going to do is, if your student preferred the R, you're going to start teaching words that have the vocalic R. So your target words are going to be words like park, car, Mars. Then once they've mastered using that vocalic R at the middle or the end of the words, then you're going to maybe try that or. So if your student liked the retroflex R better, you might want to move from R to or, because or is also more of a retroflex R. The thing about or is a little tricky because your mouth has to round, and a lot of our students want to round out that R. Just keep it in mind. If they don't like the or, then try a different one. There's no right or wrong way. Now, if your student preferred the and they did a little bit better in the beginning with the continue with the in the medial and in the final position of words. So, targeting words like purr, curtain, sure, all of those have that vocalic And then once they get better at that, then you're going to want to maybe try ear or ire, because those start with a different vowel and then your tongue slides back into that So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so just to recap, you're either going to start with R or whichever one your student prefers, and then you're going to blend those and try some of the other vocalic R's. If they're having a hard time, you might need to try blending it, with that sound at the beginning of a word that they've already practiced. So remember, we've already done pre-vocalic or initial R. So you might want to try, for example, R-red, red, or-red, I-red, ear-red, so that they can practice blending a vocalic R into a word that they should already be able to say pretty well. And that is another way that you can test and see, okay, which of these vocalic R's is going to be the best fit for my student. And then you just kind of work your way through them, and you start with what they're most stimulable for, and then the last one will be either what they're least stimulable for, or kind of, what you haven't gotten to yet. So anyways, I hope you guys appreciated and enjoyed this series, and you feel a little bit more confident teaching R, and that you found some helpful tricks in here. If you have found this helpful, I just ask that you would like the video, comment, all that fun stuff that everybody always asks you to do, but it really does help the channel grow. So thanks, and I hope y'all have a great day.